Hello, coaches, and welcome. My name is Michael Vassil. I'm here to bring you a presentation today about building run game progressions. Before we begin, just want to give you my information. Again, my name is Michael Vassil. Currently, I'm the offensive line coach at Becker College. Previously, before Becker, my coaching experience was also at St. Augustine's University, which is a Division II school based in Raleigh. And before that, I spent 9 years at the high school level where I was an OC at a couple of places, as well as a JV head coach and a special teams coordinator. My contact information via email and Twitter is vassilma57@gmail.com or at Coach Vassil on Twitter. Guys, I love talking football, offensive line play, obviously, because I'm an offensive line coach by trade. I also love talking schemes in the run game, pass game, trick plays, screen plays, RPOs, stuff like that. So I thank Coach Bandstra for this opportunity to be able to talk with you guys today about one of my run game progressions. So what we're going to cover in this presentation, we're going to have a quick overview of my offense and offensive mindset, just so you get a better idea of how I build things. And then today I'm going to bring you our buck sweep read progression. Sorry, that should say read in there, but every now and then you're going to have a mess up doing your PowerPoints. So our buck sweep read progression is what we're going to go over today. All right, quick info about myself and the offense we run. I like to call our offense the Fed offense. We're going to be fast, we're going to be explosive, and we're going to be dominant. Fast, the F is fast. We are a no-huddle, up-tempo offense. Every offense I've ever run as an OC is built that way. I want to get the defense on their heels. I don't want to give them time to breathe. Usually from the time the play is signaled in by myself or whoever's signaling to the time the ball is snapped is an average of 10 seconds. The last place I was at as an offensive coordinator, we had one delay of game penalty the entire year, and that delay of game was because I had a backup quarterback in, and I had to switch to a wristband because he just could not remember all the hand signals for whatever reason it was. Explosive. We want to create explosive plays, whether they're designed to be explosive or we just execute the play so well that it becomes an explosive play. For us, explosive plays were always runs that were 15 yards or more or pass plays that were 20 yards or more. And D, the dominant. We are going to dictate to the defense what is going to happen, and we are going to be strongest in our run game. To me, that's how you dominate a game. You dictate you dictate what the defense is allowed to do, and you dominate the run game in time of possession. I had a coach once tell me that he thought I'd probably watched too much Georgia Tech or Georgia Southern film. I told him you can never watch enough film where guys are running the football. Our offense will also subscribe, the way I build it, to the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. We build everything we do, whether it's formations, motions, run game, pass game, trick plays. We build things off each other. We do this to keep it simple for the kids. So if I'm going to get into my base formation, I call it my base formation. But then if I want to alter it, the alteration comes with a tag. And the tag is going to have something to do with something that'll help the kids. So for instance, if I'm in an ace formation and I want to get it so that we have a tight end and a wing on one side and we want to have two receivers on the other, we call that ace strong. Say, no, hey, both sides are strong. We got a tight end wing on one side together that's strong. We're stronger together. Two receivers to one side, they're stronger together. We also create simple and easy rules for our skill players to follow. A perfect example you'll hear in this presentation when we talk about our buck sweep read progression. You'll hear terminology called the his rule. The his rule is designed for our wide receiver core so that they understand if I'm on the backside, I follow the his rule. The H is head up defender. If I have a head up defender, no matter what else is happening, I'm going to block that head up defender. If I don't have a head up defender, the next progression is the I, inside threat. Is there a guy inside of me that is a threat to the play? All right, I'm going to go block him. If there is no head up defender or inside threat, the final progression is safety. We're going to work to our nearest safety, his, H-I-S, his rule. Same thing. We build simple, easy to follow rules for our backfield. Perfect example is our dive back. He's usually our primary running back, but he understands if I've got two backs in the backfield, the other guy that's in the backfield now becomes the primary ball handler. He's going to be used either for blocking or for option play. Same thing. If he's in the backfield by himself, but I'm bringing motion from my H player or my Z or my X player or my Y player into the backfield, he understands that his job is going to be option or blocking. Because, again, I'm not bringing that guy to the quarterback to mesh for him to still get the ball. He's got to know his job. Again, simple, easy rules. We keep our play calling, whether it's formation, motions, or plays, compact. So the max verbiage for any one play call with formation, motion, and play is going to be no more than 6 words. That way we can communicate it fast, signal it fast, and run it fast. That's the plan. Our building focus, the first thing we do is we always want to build our plays through our offensive line. Our offensive line is the most important part. I'm not just saying that because I'm an O-line coach. It's because it's true. On any play, all 5 offensive linemen got to know what they're doing for the play to have any chance of being successful. I don't care how many dudes you got at the skilled positions. If you don't got blocking, those dudes can't get the ball. So when we build things, the first thing I keep in mind when building anything, run, pass, play, action, trick, how do I keep it simple for the offensive line no matter what? The second thing we do when we build in our offense is we're building our offense to attack players, not schemes. In my opinion, too many coaches get tied up in how do I beat cover 4? How do I beat cover 3? How do I beat this? How do I beat that? I don't want to beat a scheme because if I got to try to beat a scheme, that means I got to beat all 11 guys. I want to beat one guy. I got a better chance of success if I can beat one guy, make him make a wrong decision, even though he's doing what his coach has taught him. So the run progression we're going to talk about today, guys, is our buck sweep. All right, so our phase 1 of our buck sweep, guys, for me, I like to use NFL teams. You use whatever word concepts you work. I work city, where they play to the left, and I use mascots for the right. So, for instance, this play would be ace right. This would be rip motion, bringing the Z in play. And this would be ace right, rip. And I would call this something like Broncos. I'd find an NFL team that had double repeating O's in it. That way the offensive line knows, hey, there's 2 O's in it. There's 2 O's or 2 L's in it. So, hey, that means these guys are pulling. We're pulling offensive linemen. The O's are leaving. So this would be ace right, rip, Broncos. The offensive line knows Broncos means buck sweep. So play side guards pulling to kick out, backside guards pulling to seal and climb. In a perfect world, he's going to get that dog, cat, or rover. The play side guard is going to get the corner. We know that in that perfect worlds don't always exist. So the first puller understands he's got to kick out whatever's there. Second puller is cleaning up the trash. Play side tight end's going to seal the D end inside. Play side tackle is going to block back protect his pulling guard. Center's going to protect his backside guard. Backside tackle is going to be climbing second level to third, engage first defender he sees. The backside, because we have no motions and no need for an option play tag, we understand that we're following the his rule. That's head up, inside threat to nearest safety. Since both have a head up defender in this drawing, They're both going to block the head-up man. Quarterback and dive here are going to enter the mesh. The dive understands that he's going to receive the football. He's not going to take the football from the quarterback. If he does receive the football, he's going to be patient, following his pullers, looking for daylight to get vertical. The quarterback, he's taught one simple rule. Unless the outside shoulder of the defensive end commits to my dive back, this is a give. This is a give. If that outside shoulder commits, so that D lineman turns to chase the dive back, then the quarterback will pull the ball, keep it, follow his blockers, get what he can get, and get down. Don't be a hero. We're going to reset, run again. Phase 2 of our buck sweep is our triple option. So now, just to give you a better idea of how we build the play. So when we call the play, this is now still, we're in ace right, we're still rip, we're still going to call Broncos, but now we're going to use our tag word to let the quarterback know that it's triple. Again, if you want to use a word that starts with the letter T, that way the kids know we're running a variation of triple. Because this is a very similar option to a bubble screen, you could use a B word. At one point, I would use 007. I'd say Broncos and James Bond, or I'd say Broncos Bond, or Broncos 007, or Broncos Spy, or something like that, to let the quarterback know and let the skill guys know, okay, hey, we're modifying. Notice the consistency in the call. It's the same formation, and the play, we don't change the name of the play. That way the offensive linemen understand, I heard Broncos, I'm running Broncos. Because the offensive line is told with every run play, there's only one tag that affects you. And unless you hear that tag, you're running Broncos, you're running buck sweep every time. Notice everything here stays the same. We got our rip motion. He's going to push to seal the first thing inside. Pullers still have same job. The only difference in this play now is the slot man is now going to work a bubble. The quarterback's going to read the DN. If the DN commits to the dive back, he pulls the ball, and now he's going to push towards this second key read. Usually against the 4-2-5, he's going to be head up or inside shoulder of the H. That's who he's going to push towards. We're going to put him in conflict. Does he chase the bubble, or does he come down on the quarterback? Very simple, guys. It's not difficult. The way we subscribe to offense, the way I build things, I want to put kids, not schemes, in situations where they got to make decisions. Again, different looks at it. We do triple option in different ways, traditionally, as well as bubble screening it. Phase 3 of our buck sweep progression is going to be our play action pass. You remember in the last section we talked about how there's only one tag that tells the offensive line that it's something other than traditional buck sweep. This is where that tag comes into play. So again, we still have our ace right formation. We're still going to give them the same look with motion coming in. So now this is ace right, this is rip, this is Broncos, but then we use a different tag. In the past, I've used the tag plane or peanuts, thinking of things that you get on an airplane. Airplanes are in the air, the ball's going in the air. Another thing that I've used at times, I've used quarterback names. So if, say, again, we're calling this Broncos, the quarterback for the Broncos is Drew Lock currently. So we might call this ace right, rip, Broncos, Lock. That way the O-line knows I heard the quarterback's name, so I just can't go downfield. I'm still going to do the same pull action because I want to persuade these guys that they're getting the same thing. Persuade him, he's getting the same thing. Persuade him, he's getting the same thing. I want the defense to suck down so that we can get guys out and free into the flat. So we want to try to sell it to look the same. The first piece in this, the dive, is going to give me a good fake across, and then he's going to turn this into a wheel route. Now, 9 times out of 10, this wheel route is going to be a decoy. In situations, I will tell the quarterback, hey, wheel route is in play. Take a look at it. But that will depend solely on my guys in the box telling me how hard this corner's biting or what this corner's doing when he sees the waggle coming and what that free's doing. After the quarterback fakes, he's going to work on getting depth and getting outside the hash. Now, here's the deal. We want to talk about isolating people. In a perfect world, I'm telling my quarterback, I want this route right here. This is the one I want. Okay? But I tell my quarterback, a lot of your throw is going to be dictated on 2 people, him and him. If this guy's going to sit back and stay deep in coverage, take the flat, get me some yards, let's reload, let's do it again. If he's going to drive on that flat, I want this crosser. Okay? Now, a concern can be free safety tries to jump the crosser. If that's the case and we see it, I'm going to tell my quarterback to start his boot, but then stop it a little bit short to get eyes on that free safety. Because if he can get eyes on that free and sees that free is trying to cheat that crosser, we're going to put that ball up, take a shot at getting a deep ball here. Okay? At any time, if the quarterback likes the matchup of that X or that Z, if the play's flip, working that cornerback on his comeback route, quarterback can take that throw if he feels comfortable with it and he knows it's there. Again, different looks. We do it out of different formations, guys. We try to keep it the same every time we do things. Just give them different looks at it. That way defenses can't necessarily lock into one thing or the other. The final progression in our buck sweep read phase is our RPO. All right? We have 2 main rules about our RPO. And I'll show them to you real fast before we cover this. If we have a 2-man surface to the backside, we are going to run what I call a perimeter screen. Other coaches call it smoke, quick. Verbiage is verbiage. Everybody calls something different. But at the end of the day, this is a quick screen. This is a pre-snap gift to that quarterback. So say we got a team that tries to play us too high and this guy's not here, I'm giving my quarterback the green light to throw that screen. As I'll tell him, throw it till it's going out of style, until we force that team from 2 high to 1 high. All right? So quarterback can green light that whenever he wants. Or say they are 1 high, like they are here, but he's cheating down because they're going to try to scream him off the edge. He's got the green light to throw it if this guy is not in a position to really rally and make a play on this quick screen. The other pre-snap gift we'll give quarterbacks is if there's only one receiver on the backside of this concept, he's going to get a slant fade option. That will be determined based on the depth and alignment of the cornerback. The way I teach it is this. If that cornerback's more than 5 yards off the receiver, 5 yards or more off the receiver, this is a 1-step slant. If you like the slant, you take the slant whenever you want. No questions. I'm not going to question you. All right? But I'm going to tell them, if they've got a flat defender there, that slant's dead, still have them run the slant to occupy. If that's too high and there's no defender right here, you take the slant till it goes out of style. Let's say it's a press team that likes to walk up, play press, try to play press man. Instead of the slant, we're going to run a fade. We're going to run an outside release fade. Again, if there's only one safety in the sky, that quarterback has free reign and the green light to throw that fade whenever he wants to throw it. Okay? But that's a look at the two different styles of pre-snap gifts we'll give our quarterback on the RPO, whether it's one receiver like this or we have two receivers like this backside. So again, we're in ace right, rip. This would be Broncos. And then I would try to come up with some word to tag it. That way the kids understood it's an RPO. But truthfully, honestly, again, O-line here's Broncos followed by a tag. If that tag is not something to do with airlines or quarterbacks, they understand, okay, we run normal Broncos. We're gaining ground. We're kicking out. We're doing our thing. Inside the box, we're good. Everything in the mechanics for the dive and the O-line and the tight end is the same. The difference now is this Z is going to come and rip motion. He's going to push inside like he's been doing every time, but now he's going to break out, get to the nearest, aim for the nearest pylon. The quarterback's read here is in red. All right? If that cornerback is biting on the buck sweep because we've been running buck over and over and over again, and he's seeing the motion and then he sees the pulling and he's trying to be the hero, the quarterback's going to ride the mesh and then replace the cornerback with that angle corner route. If that cornerback drops in the coverage like he's supposed to while the quarterback's riding his mesh, he's going to give the football to the dive. We're going to get what we can get and keep going. Front side RPOs are something that are common, but not necessarily in this fashion. I actually found this one watching Clemson, something that Clemson did with Deshaun Watson in their Buck Sweep series. It's something that you're not going to always make it work, but if you time it right, you call this RPO once in a while, defenses aren't going to take the time to prep it, and you can really catch that cornerback being greedy and get you a big explosive play because you can outthrow that free, and your Z receiver should be a better athlete than this guy right here to be able to beat him. Your quarterback can beat either one of those individuals on a throw. That cornerback is the only thing keeping that throw from happening. But again, your quarterback's read key, if he's been seeing buck sweep with this motion over and over again, he's going to charge down and bite to try to be the hero in the run game. And when that happens, you're replacing him for a big game. Guys, I'm going to put my information up there one more time for you. Again, I have this progression in different looks. I also run it in a variety of different sets. So what you saw there, we had 11 personnel with our ace package and our wing/sniffer package. You had 10 personnel with a spread package on there. And then you also got 20 personnel or 21 personnel with our deuce set. Guys, I run a multiple of formations. So if you would ever like to see something drawn up, hit me up on Twitter or shoot me an email. I'll be happy to send you this PowerPoint, as well as I'd be happy to draw up how I do anything else for you. Like I said at the beginning of the presentation, I love talking ball, guys. I love creating plays. If you ever want to pick my brain on anything besides run game, pass protection, pass concepts, things of that nature, I'm always down. You can email me, vassilma57@gmail.com or on Twitter @Coach Vassil. Guys, I appreciate you taking the time to watch this stuff today. I hope you all staying safe. Coach Bandstra, thank you again for this opportunity, brother. I appreciate you.